Hi there, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Trevor's Terrarium here at Geektopia Island. I'm Cardwell.
And I'm Kevin.
And that's Trevor. And today we have a new fun little deck here. It's very risky, but that's why it's called Shady Dills. It's as a brew as you can get to it, but I mean, what can we do, right? With the color limitations we have for Argent Saga, this is what we have. And it looks pretty fun, so let's go ahead and dive into it. But of course, before we do, go ahead and remind you that we do have a Patreon. It only takes $1 to support us. We love you very much if you do so, and if you don't, that's okay. We'd still love you anyway, and the link for that is down below. And let's go ahead and get into it, shall we? Now, of course, it is red-black, and we are trying the tragic gargoyle again, Ergon. Since he is unbanned, we're trying all the new silly things you can do for him. Now, his ability, Exhaust, send the top 2 cards of your deck to the discard zone, and then Exhaust pay 1, put target unit from your discard zone on top of your deck. Now, we want to do this every turn in this deck, and that's what we're trying to do, actually. So as soon as round 1, they go, you can do it, just tap it.
Yeah.
Just start.
Send some cards.
Yep. And of course, like I said, it's red-black, so we have Corona the Fire Spirit. And of course, you can discard 1 fire unit from your hand, deal 500 to target unit, which we won't be doing. But Soul Burst, if you Soul Burst, you flip the card around and you give a target unit quickness till end of turn, which is always just really good, really fun. The first unit we have is Shrieker. The 1-drop 1000 unit arrives in the top 3 cards of your deck into the discard zone. Simple as that.
Dude, simple for this deck because you need a mill, and he's actually pretty good because he can kill towers.
Yeah, he's a 1000, not a 500, so
pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good.
Next up is our doggo, Bone Scavager.
Yep.
It's there, like always. 1 for 1000 beast, and he arrives, you expel a unit from a discard, and then pay 1, expel a target unit from a discard. If you do, place a 500 counter on him.
Yep.
He's gonna be there because that dude's just so strong.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about him ad nauseum.
It kills any deck really, just because you're just like, hey, no, whatever your graveyard shenanigans is, I don't want to deal with it.
Yep.
Thanks.
And I'm a big doggo that's gonna swing and kill everything I want.
Yeah.
The next one is Obsidian Gargoyle. He's saying, "What's up, bro?" It's a 2-drop, and he's super ripped now that I just looked at it. But 2-drop 1000. When this card is sent from your deck to your discard zone, you may put it into play, and that's where you're hopefully just gonna be having it the whole time.
That's a free dude.
Yeah, free dudes.
Next up is our first fire card, Ruka, the Pugilist of the Holy Flame. She is 2 for 1000, and you arrive if you control another fire unit. This card gets plus 500 and gains Brawler.
Yep.
So it can auto attack a unit, and then whenever this card declares attack on a unit, if your spirit is fire, you may flip it face up. So you can essentially use Corona a lot more.
Oh yeah.
So you're like, this dude gets quickness, swing Ruka, unflip my spirit.
Yep.
Great.
Done. Alright, we have Blazewalker Arc. That's a 2-drop 1500, but you'll mostly want to expel him, and when you do, deal 1000 damage to target unit. This card's just really good.
Yeah.
It's just super good.
Most of the cards that do expel stuff, they have so you get something from them, and he just gives you more.
He just kills a dude.
Yeah.
And that's all you need.
Next up is Blazewalker Scout Leiah. She's 2 for 1500, and whenever this card is expelled, you may shuffle 3 other expelled fire units into your deck. If you do, draw a card, and then expel 1 unit from your hand. Expel this card until the end of turn, or until the start of your next draw phase.
Yep.
So she can expel herself to trigger you getting your other arcs back. The only unfortunate part is it has to be fire units.
Yeah.
And since we're only able to run 8 fire cards, it's kind of rough.
Yes.
But you can use any of the Blazewalker arcs, the other Leiah, or a Ruka. And if you have both Leiahs, you make sure you want to get 1 every time. So that way you can always get your dudes back.
Yep. And the fact with Bone Scavenger and other cards, you can expel Ruka as well without having any other caveat.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, Hoenna, Conjurer Supreme, 3-drop 2000. It's a unit, Exhaust, offering X. Put into play target unit with cost X from your discard zone. Put into play, sorry. And then that's how you do it. And offering is X equals the number of units expelled for offering. So it can be pretty good, especially since it looks like you can do that anytime. So on their turn, you play her, on their turn, just exhaust and then get a dude back.
Yeah. Essentially, if you want to get 3-drop for free, you're just like, cool, expel 3 dudes.
Yeah.
Great.
Especially if you can just exile 2 arcs and kill a dude while doing it.
Next up is the Silverstone Sentinel. He's 3 for 2000. And once per turn, when your opponent activates or triggers the ability of their champion or spirit, you may choose one. Draw a card or expel target card from your opponent's discard zone.
Yep.
Mostly, you're going to want to draw cards with this guy because your Bone Scavenger is going to take care of the graveyard by himself. But it is just a free trigger if you really need to get rid of something cool. But most often than not, you're just going to be like, cool, you used your spirit, I'm going to draw a card. Thanks.
And it's kind of weird as a Sentinel, he does not have Guardian. Flavor fell, for sure. The next one is Silvermist Phoenix. 3-drop. I think this card has a lot of potential. It's a 1500. This card cannot be targeted by spells, so that's amazing. At the end of your turn, you may pay 2 and expel this card from your discard zone. If you do, search your deck for a Silvermist Phoenix and put it into play, which makes it really good. So, of course, it has a stipulation of at the end of your turn, so they can kill the Phoenix then, but I don't know. I feel like it has some good potential.
Next up is Nobe, the Shadow Guardian. He is 4 for 2500. He is a Guardian. And arrive if there's a Destroy Dark Tower, target unit gets minus 2000 this turn.
Yep. And mostly for this, you just want to hopefully do Hoenna to bring this back and keep killing dudes.
Yeah.
And just hopefully just use that and they kill it and you keep bringing it back.
Yeah, because he arrives and he's a Guardian. He's a big Guardian too.
Yeah.
So he's like, I don't care what you're playing, I'm gonna kill it.
All right. The next is Batman, the First Gargoyle. So 5-drop 3000. Arrive. Put a protection counter on another target unit you control, which, if you don't know what it is, because this is the first thing ever to have it, if a unit with a protection counter would be destroyed, remove all damage and protection counter from it instead. Super powerful, super good. If this card is in your discard zone, discard dark units from your hand whose combined cost total equals 10. Put this into play to be able to help protect your dudes.
Yeah. And it helps just because you discard him from your hand to get him, so you get a free dude with him. And then all those other dudes that you discarded still get a use because you get to offering them back with Hoenna or the other dudes.
Exactly.
So, next up is the Granite Gargoyle. It is 5 for 3000. And he is a big old gargoyle. Instead of drawing for your turn, you may discard a card. If you do, add this card from your discard zone to your hand. And then discard this card from your hand, send the top 3 of your deck to your discard zone. So he essentially helps you mill, and he replaces cards in your hand, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Because you always get him back if you need him, and it's kind of helpful.
It's in other TCGs, this would be extremely powerful.
Yeah, and he's 5 cost, so that big gargoyle that like the cost, he helps a lot.
Yeah, and like you said, if you like. The fun thing of like, oh, I don't need this yet, you put it at the bottom when you mulligan and you draw it again, you can just be like, well, okay, I'll discard it.
Yeah, cool.
And just mill 3 and we'll just get on with it with our life. And the start of the deck is a Shade of the Silver King. It's a 7-drop 4000. Destroyer, Guardian, target attack. But it has offering 7, so you can expel 7 units from your discard zone, put this card from your discard zone into play. So you can almost get this guy out maybe turn 3. Well, definitely, possibly turn 3 if you have all the right stuff. Maybe turn 2.
Yeah.
If you have it all correct.
Yeah, and this dude's really silly with all the red dudes that expel because they get to do extra things when they get expelled. So you're like, cool, shoot for 3000.
Yeah.
Shoot that dude for 3000 with the arcs if you have all 3. And then you get him back with Leiah, and it's just silly.
Because if you have, 2 Granite Gargoyles, a Jitter thing, the 1-drop, and then Argon, so that's 6, 9, already 11 cards. So if you're just able to do that, and then all turn 1, you could possibly...
Shade gets wild.
Yeah, Shade can get wild real quick.
Next up is Delayed Poison, because you still need kill spells.
Yep.
And it's 1 for an augment, equipped to target unit. At the start of the next turn, destroy the equipped unit. And the way it works is you equip that unit, their next turn, that unit dies.
Yep.
Thanks.
As soon as they start their turn, it dies. It's ridiculous. The next one is Omega Magic Yami, 2-drop instacast. Choose one, or if you have 2 or less towers remaining, you choose both. Target unit gets negative 1000 this turn for Repo Bloom. And then return target unit with cost 3 or less from your discard zone to the field. So that helps if maybe you play a Riku and then you play this and get another Riku from the graveyard, and then both have Brawler, or one has Brawler, and you swing and do all this fun stuff.
Yeah. This card is mainly there just to recur your stuff, because you're going to be dealing with the graveyard a lot.
Yep. Now we'll go into the shards here, and of course with Rookie and the Fire Spirit, Corona, the Spirit Ruby is really good. So Legendary Shard, if you control another Legendary Shard, destroy them both. Exhaust, produce one, of course. Exhaust, flip your Spirit face down, destroy target unit. Just straight up. So you do that, Rookie comes into play, kill, swing, flip this up, kill a dude. It's just insane.
Yeah, this with your Fight Spirit, you just get to destroy units all day.
Yep. And the rest are just the normal Argent Shards, because there's not really any other special fun stuff for that. I'm going to go ahead and read Ruka real quick. Yeah, so whenever you declare attack on a unit, you can flip your Fire Spirit, and then you can use that stone if you have it to kill the dude it's attacking, so Rookie doesn't die.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cute. Alright, and now, of course, we don't have really had sideboard, because we don't know what your local meta is, or what the meta is around most parts. So we have honorable mentions, which the first one is Ghostly Demise. It's a 2-drop spell. As an additional cost to play this, offering X, and then destroy all units with cost X. X equals the number of units expelled for offering. And of course, the awesome thing with this is like Repo Bloom, you can pay 2 and not expel anything to get rid of all the tokens. So that's really good.
Yeah, it's just a good card to kill a lot of things.
Yeah.
Next up is the Wailing Widow. She has 4 for 2,500 and Arrive. You send the top 3 of your deck to your discard zone, and Ruined, you send the top 3 of your deck to your discard zone. So she's there to help mill if you really need more, but with you milling from Ergon every time and Shrieker, and then all the other little dudes that help you just fill your graveyard quickly, I don't think you really need this one. But if you really want more, she's a good way to put more in. And you just take out Nobe and you have perfect slot for it.
And maybe she wouldn't be wailing so much if she had a candle holder.
Yeah. I mean, she does have a candle melting on her hand.
I mean, if she's into that, weird. Good for her. But with that, hopefully you enjoyed this deck here list, and more when going over it, just thinking of Shade. Sadly, he's a legendary creature, so you can only have one in the deck, but if you can get him out real turn 1, turn 2, you might be able just to win the game, which is fun. But the deck list will be down below, and hopefully you enjoyed your stay at Geektopia Island. You have a good day.
Later. Also, guys, I just remind y'all to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and if you want to keep up to date on all our future content, make sure you click that bell. It'll give you all the notifications you need.
With that, we'd like to go ahead and give a big thank you to all our fans that support us through the year, and especially our Patreon support people. We do like to give a shout out to our Mythic and Above supporters, and that would be Dwayne Higgs. Thank you very much. We love you.